Hi, this is Phyllis Kangaroo, Associate Broker with Di Tomaso Real Estate. I'm sitting here with Danielle Denigris. Welcome back.
Thank you so
You're
much,
back for the
Phyllis. It's so
holidays.
good to see
Good
you.
to
I'm
see
so
you.
happy to be back here. Yes, this is Danielle Denigris, Associate Broker with Di Tomaso Realty and Zeitlin Sotheby's in Tennessee.
So, you've been settling in Tennessee. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I've been living in this town called Germantown, which is a quick 5 minutes from downtown where all the action is, where you see the honky tonks and people lining up in the street and a lot of busyness and music. And I relate that to Times Square of New York. So a lot of excitement down there. It's been a great year. I was in this high rise apartment that overlooked the city, and that was a great
Oh,
experience
that's
to
cool.
have. And now I'm moving on to this town called Brentwood, which is 15 minutes with no traffic, a little outside of the city, down Highway 65. And you know what? It really reminds me of Staten Island.
Does
And
it?
so that's why I feel really comfortable there. And I just picked up a 3 level condo.
Nice.
Thank you.
That,
So I'm very excited
congratulations.
for this new chapter.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Thank you
Congratulations. So
so
tell us
much.
about it.
Yeah,
Because we want to
so
talk about like the properties difference and stuff.
absolutely, and I can't wait to get into that. So ever since I graduated college, I was really interested in comparing different markets, different real estate markets. I went to college in Springfield, Missouri, and that market was obviously a lot different than over here in New York. So I'm still doing that at this point in my life, comparing different markets, and I found a lot of opportunity in Tennessee, a lot of houses on the market and affordability. So something that I just bought right now here in Tennessee, over there,
Yeah.
would probably be double the price in Staten Island. So as a single working woman, it would be a little bit more difficult for me to secure something that I found comfortable here versus out there.
Yeah, well, so I'm looking at a condo right now that was sold in Bay Street in Staten Island. And it was listed for 409 and it sold for 400. It was a one bedroom with two full baths. So tell us the difference about.
Yeah, so there is a wide variety of opportunities in Tennessee and specifically in Nashville, Tennessee, and in Brentwood. So you can, so this neighborhood in Brentwood, let me just take a step back. I find it very similar to New York and New Jersey because you have all of the same shopping,
Mm.
right? Our major grocery stores out there are Kroger, Publix, which is similar to Florida. Um, we have Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, different things like that. There's a market.
Hmm.
You have TJ Maxx, Home Goods,
Right. So
everything you're
basically, a
comfortable
lot of
with.
the stores you find there, so you don't feel like you're lost from being from Staten Island or New
Exactly.
York.
I literally found a niche, just kind of picked myself up, moved myself over, and I feel like everything is similar. Um, but it's different because you have a wide open, driving scenery, rolling hills, and it's very nice and scenic out there.
Right. So getting back to the property size and stuff. Now we did Staten Island. In Brooklyn, we have a co-op that sold for 470, and that was a one bedroom with a one bathroom. So give me an idea of what something in Brentwood would go for a condo or a co-op. Is it bigger? Is it more money? Is it,
Yeah,
you know?
sure. So, I mean, you have everything from, the 200s all the way to, 20, $30 million. So, and
Mhm.
everything in between.
Right.
So you could hit a lower market, get in, invest, something in the middle, and something in the higher end and the upper higher end, the ultra luxury market. And so, as far as something like what you were just saying, around 400, um, I'm just scrolling through the MLS over there. Um, you you could probably, let's see here, in Brentwood Villa for 375. You could get a nice 2 bed 2 bath condo, 1,300 square feet. That side is Davidson County. and the taxes are $2,173. So that gives you one example. You could get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath for 1758 square footage for 410.
Wow. So here we have 1,000 square feet. It doesn't come with parking. It's a co-op and a condo, so they don't have parking in these two units. And the taxes are let me see if I can find them here. Well, maintenance is like close to $1,000 on the
Wow.
co-op. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on the condo, the taxes are about 4,500.
Okay, so we're
And the
looking at about a
maintenance-
half here because the taxes on this 4-bed, 3-bath townhome is $2,126.
And the maintenance on this condo is $700
Okay.
a month. So what does maintenance look like over there? Do you have maintenance and
Yes,
stuff?
there are a lot of HOA communities in Tennessee. This one that I'm looking at is $212.
Wow. So you're paying less. For your HOA. You're paying less for your taxes, and you're getting parking with each unit, and you're getting a bigger square footage.
Right.
So there's a big difference.
Let's take a look at the 700 price range.
Yeah, I have a few of those here too. I have a detached in Staten Island that went for $729. No, we sold it for $740. It was listed for $729.9. I sold it for $740. It was a detached home with 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's a Cape
Okay.
style.
So I'm scrolling through something on Fredericksburg Way in Brentwood, which is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,078 square feet, and the taxes are $3,600. This is location, 11-foot ceilings, bedrooms, perfectly cornered lot, tons of attic space.
So
you have a
when you
beautiful
say
backyard.
when you gave me the square footage, that was the building size, right? So here the building size was 1,200. What does the lot size look like over there?
The lot size.
Because over here it's 5,000 square feet.
So this gives me a lot size of 79 by 75, 0.17 acreage.
Wow. So you're getting a lot more property also with your purchases.
And mind you, this is just Brentwood, which is urban still, but a little suburban. There are many other areas in Tennessee a little further out if you want a country lifestyle.
Right.
So this is just a very comparable market to Staten Island, if that's what you're looking for when you relocate.
Right. That's interesting. I mean, I have something in Brooklyn that's in the Homecrest area. It sold for $750, but it's a fully attached house, and the square footage was 1,600 square feet. So you're seeing a significant difference in price range, affordability, taxes, and lot square footage. Property size.
Right.
It's interesting.
Right, and you could say, okay, why Tennessee? Why did we pick this state? Why did I pick this state? There are a lot of reasons for that. There has been a migration of a lot of Northeasterners moving down south. A lot of people have gone to Florida or North and South Carolina. There have been articles about halfway hoppers, people going to Florida, not wanting to stay, and then kind of coming halfway back. A lot of the draw is the no income tax. So Tennessee is one of those few states, maybe just 7 states that have no state income tax. The weather is warmer. You could drive there faster than Florida in 15 hours, so it's doable in one day. And it has a great culture. A lot of people are moving there from California, Texas, Chicago, New York. So you're seeing a mix of people from these other urban areas coming in. You're seeing job availability in the medical fields, in technology. There's a lot of development going on there. There's going to be an underground tunnel being built with Tesla vehicles from the airport right down to downtown.
Oh, wow.
So there's really a lot that's happening there.
Right. It seems very interesting. Another question I want to ask you. I know you have you have high-end properties, correct? As well. I mean, we have stuff from Brooklyn, Staten Island that, sold for 1.4, 1.7. I just sold a 2-family that was 1.7.
Congratulations.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
And it closed. Let me see. The lot size was 2,500 square feet. It was an actual detached house, but it's on a smaller range, for Brooklyn. It had a shared driveway, so they would have to share with their neighbor. The one in Staten Island that I'm looking at is in the Tottenville area. It was like 1.399. That had about 10,000 square feet. So what does a lot size and that price range look like over there?
Oh, in that price range?
Yeah.
So I know we kind of skipped over $1 million, but we could go to 1.7.
Yeah, I was just curious because it's just interesting, like the difference in pricing.
Okay, so this one here on Belle Rive Drive is 1 acre, and you'll see that a lot out there, a full acre. This is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,858 square feet in Williamson County. So once you get out of Davidson County and then you start going into Williamson County, you're going to see a lot more larger lot sizes.
More luxury.
And you'll see more luxury. You'll see horses. You'll see white picket fences.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, everything you probably imagine in your mind of what Tennessee might be. You're seeing a lot of that out there.
Right.
And it's very rich in history and American culture.
Wow, that's interesting. So I'm glad that you're acclimating yourself to to Nashville and Tennessee and stuff, but I'm sure you miss being around here. I mean, you have Broadway here and, Broadway plays and Times Square and, all the different foods. What are you missing the most?
Yeah, since I've been back, and I've been back for 9 days now. My trip is a total of 12 days. Nice long trip. And I miss being in the neighborhood. It's great to drive around familiar streets and see familiar faces, but I've got to say, nothing compares to the food in New York, and that definitely sets it apart.
Yeah.
The Italian food, the Chinese food, Japanese, Mediterranean. I mean, you really have your pick.
Selective options.
And
right?
Everything is so delicious. So I'm definitely going to go on a diet when I go home and hit the gym, just like everybody making their New Year's resolutions. But I'm not regretful. I ate all of the cookies. I don't care.
That's cool. I mean,
did you make any cookies this year?
I did. I didn't make as many as I usually do. I usually make like 10 different cookies and struffelers, but
oh my goodness.
My son 2 days before Christmas, graduated with his master's
That's so
in
exciting.
accounting.
Yeah,
So
what a great accomplishment.
Yeah, so I was, trying to figure out how I'm going to do everything, and they told me just do 3 cookies. So they picked their 3 favorites. So I made 7 layers, pinolies, and thumbprints.
I love all of those.
Yeah,
those are all my favorite.
My son is the thumbprint. My daughter-in-law loves switch that around. My son is the 7 layers. My daughter-in-law is the thumbprint. And who doesn't like a good pinoli cookie? So, that's what I did. And, so I made those. I didn't make the others. Next year will be back to normal. But it was exciting to see him walk across the stage to get his master's. And now he's going to be studying for his CPA. So it's all good. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
My friend Jenna made a really good 7-layer cookie that her mom gave me, so I enjoyed that. Thank you, Jenna.
Nice. Yes.
Oh my goodness, yeah, my my dad and his fiance, they had cookies come to the house, so I just definitely was like trying everything and was really grateful to be home.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't get that there, right?
No.
Yeah. What kind of food is over there? More barbecue stuff?
People
or?
are actually, there's like Southern hospitality, which is really sweet. People are very welcoming out there, actually. I went to an open house with a realtor who had like Southern food out. There's this like pimento cheese that is a big deal out there,
Oh, okay.
and like finger sandwiches. I tried this picnic iced tea.
Ah,
I'm just trying to think of like different things that I've been experiencing out there. Yeah.
very cool. That's
Mhm.
interesting. Have you been to L&B since you're back?
Doing what?
Have
No,
you
I
been
haven't
to
been
L&B
to L&B.
since
I haven't
you're
actually
back?
had any pizza since I've been back.
Oh wow, I'm shocked because you can't get any
Where
pizza.
did I go? I went to Sophia's Taqueria yesterday.
Oh, that's cool. But pizza
I
from
went to
New
Kettle
York
Black.
is.
I played bingo.
Oh, okay.
That was fun. Actually, that was a lot of fun.
Kettle Black's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you got to go get pizza before you go
I
back
know.
because there's nothing like New York pizza, right?
It's absolutely true. There are a few pizzerias I found out there. There's one place called Mellow Mushroom, and they have a mushroom pizza that's pretty good.
Okay.
There's something called Salvo's. I'm pretty sure it's called Salvo's, and they're from Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I was excited to find them, and I was like, oh, yes, like normal pizza. They have Chicago pizza, something called Emmy Square, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know how it is. I'm just not usually a fan of the Chicago deep dish.
Right.
It's not a New York pizza.
No, only in Chicago. When I went to Chicago, you have to have the Chicago deep dish. But outside of Chicago, I'll have a regular slice.
Yeah,
or,
I feel
or
like
a
the
Sicilian,
Chicago pizza is
you know?
good on first bite. It has to be like very, very hot, and the cheese has to be very cheesy and melted. And then like I've enjoyed the first bite, and after that, I don't want it anymore.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like the crust is kind of sweet. It just
Too
doesn't
filling
do it for
or
me.
something. Yeah. Nothing like a New York slice. That's
Right.
it. You know.
Somebody told me the other day, because I'm Sicilian and Napolitan, that I'm a square and a triangle.
It's so funny that you're talking about that because we just had a whole conversation with my daughter-in-law's whole family because half is Sicilian, half is Napolitan,
Okay.
and it was a whole big conversation. It was so funny.
Yeah, but what are you?
I'm Napolitan.
All
My-
100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I'm half Jewish. So,
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So
Do you celebrate Hanukkah?
when I was little, I did. When I was younger, we celebrated Passover, Hanukkah, all the holidays.
Oh, that's
So
great.
I had the best of both
Well,
worlds growing up.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you make latkes?
I do.
Okay.
My Aunt Julia taught me when I was younger how to make the potato latkes. I make a great matzo ball soup.
Oh,
I make brisket.
Did not know
So,
all of this
yeah.
about you.
Oh, but you know I cook.
Yes, I do know you cook.
I do the Italian side. I do the Jewish side. I'm
When
good
I
like that.
was in grammar school for kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher would make latkes.
Oh,
and I
really?
remember that. It's just like a nice memory I had.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
PS 60.
Well, I would say try to save as much money to buy your house and not rent it because rent is very expensive today. And once you start renting, it's very hard to save the money to buy a house. So that would be for the younger crowd. That would be my advice. If you're living with your parents, stay there as long as you can and put money away until you're able to afford to buy a house because that's where you're going to grow your wealth.
I think that's really good advice. I've done a little bit of both in my life, owning, renting, just kind of a little back and forth with that. And it's true, you can get definitely stuck in a renting cycle if you're able to buy. You know, some people are like, when should I buy? What's the timing of the market? What's the best time? But the best time is
When
as
you're
soon as
ready.
possible if you're renting. So if you're able to do it, you know, whatever the interest rate is, you're paying 100% interest renting. So if you're paying high interest, at least you're still paying principal towards something that you're owning when you own. So then as the market grows, your equity grows. and then you're in the game. So I would say if you're renting, try to buy. The market has kind of stabilized. I've heard people say it's nobody's market. It's not really a renter market. It's not really a, I'm sorry, it's not a buyer market. It's not a seller market. It's
Right.
just,
Yeah, because I agree with that because if you have a house that's all updated and everything, it's going quickly and for asking or a little above asking. But if you have a house that needs a lot of work, it's sitting on the market a little bit. So it depends on what you're looking for, what you're willing to put into it, and how much money you have to put down on a house.
it's true. And it really just depends on what position the purchaser is in. Um, I know this generation of buyers isn't too keen on doing work. They want to move in ready and have everything just done, renovated. But I always beg to differ. I think if there's a little bit of work to be done in a house, those are the houses I'm attracted to because then you know you're coming into already some equity, some sweat equity. You could, if you could live with it, do a little work as you go. You're making a better financial decision.
And you know what? I've sold new construction before as
Mm-hmm.
well as you did. And don't you really see, like, when people come in, they love the construction of it, but
Mm-hmm.
they're still wanting to change something.
Right.
No house is ever going to be perfect for you, so they're always going to want. There's always going to be something that needs to be changed or updated. So even if you're spending over $1 million or $2 million of a house, you're still looking to renovate. So don't worry so much if the house is perfect. Worry if the space is perfect for you, because if the space is perfect for you, and if you could live with, like you said, if you could live with it for a little bit and do one room at a time, you're always going to want to put your own personality
Mm-hmm.
into your house because it's your home. You're not going to buy somebody else's home and leave the paint or any of that stuff the same. You're going to want to change maybe the granite or the backsplash or something, you
Right,
know?
and it's nice to customize. You don't want to over customize, but to customize a little bit. It really sets the house apart for when you resell. I always go into a house thinking, okay, when I'm ready to leave here, what kind of buyer will be wanting to buy this house? Because you always want some sort of exit plan or an end game. Um, if it's not going to be your forever home, might just be an investment for a while. So think about that resale value of not putting too much material into it, but just enough to make it nice and presentable for a new buyer one day.
You have to move when it's the right move for you, right? So there's people that right now may be stuck in their home at 3%, but they need to move. I've spoken to a lot of homeowners. They need to move because their family got bigger and they're just holding on to that, like, I need that 3%. So they don't want to move. But I say it's when your life changes, then you need to change with it. So if you have a child and you need an extra bedroom and you know that's when you need to move because being cramped in a house is not going to be good for you, right?
Right.
Like that's not the ideal situation to be stuck, feel feel like you're stuck. Like you said, don't worry about the interest rate right now. Worry about what your next move is. Some people are in houses that are really big and they've gotten divorced or lost loved ones. And, yeah, if they downsize, they're going to be paying a little bit more for the downsize, maybe because the house, when they got into the house, it was less money. But if you're living in this big house and you can't manage it, then isn't it worth making that move? So you have to ask yourself that.
Right.
You
Everything
know.
is situational. It depends on the situation. If people have to sell, buy something else, they could always refinance in the future. So, usually it's good to make a lateral move if you're already in the market and you're selling, try to buy at the same time. That way you're not losing in time out of the market. So,
Right. And don't forget, on the other side, if the market goes down, so does your house. So,
right.
if you're buying something that's going to be on a downhill, you're also losing on your house because that house is on a downhill too. So you can't really look at the numbers. Look at your situation. That's what my best advice is. Look at your situation and go from there and see what you need to do.
Thank you for tuning in. This is Danielle Denigris and Phyllis Kangaroo. We will be doing monthly updates of the Staten Island and Brooklyn, New York to Nashville and Brentwood, Tennessee markets. So stay tuned and remember to subscribe and like our channel.